morning, everybody. Welcome back to another morning word. Thanks for joining us. For those new to this is where I share a couple-minute video, really just sharing for my own personal Bible study. Why? Because my life purpose, my life mission is this: to see your life go from here to here and to fulfill your God-given purpose of why you were born. And how do we do that? Well, God clearly says we must renew our mind. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And if we can renew our mind and become more like God in our thinking, there is nothing that you can't achieve. There's no valley that you can't come through and no mountaintop that you can't reach. I truly believe that. Why? Because there is nothing that is impossible for God, which means there will be nothing that's impossible for you. So please get a pen, get a piece of paper, take notes, but more important, if you resonate with anything that I'm saying today, if anything that I'm saying today holds some form of weight for you, please do this. Do me a favor, okay? Take action on it, and you'll see the blessing and the fruits of wisdom. So let's really get into this. We're going to be reading from the book of Judges, which is the 7th book of the Bible, and we're going to be reading from chapter 9 verse 22 to 24, and it reads this: After Abimelek had governed Israel for 3 years, God sent an evil spirit between Abimelek and the citizens of Shechem, who acted treacherously against Abimelek. God did this in order that the crime against Jerub-Baal, who was Gideon, 70 sons, the shedding of their blood might be avenged on their brother Abimelek. We're gonna call this morning's word: every action has a reaction. Now, Abimelek, okay, who had killed 70 of his brothers, and if you listen to the video before yesterday, we talked about having blind ambition where you'll do whatever it takes. You'll walk over, you'll lie, you'll sell your values, you'll sell your soul for ambition. That's blind ambition. That's not good ambition. Well, he had that just so he could be leader and lead like his father, but he was nothing like his father in that aspect. Now, after 3 years, he might have thought, yeah, man, I got away with the crime. Ain't no one gonna touch me, man. So it's all good now. Okay, and you even probably forget the crime that you actually even did. But God evoked, okay, a principle that you will reap what you sow. And what he had sown, okay, was evil, okay, and that came back to haunt him, okay, 3 years later. So what was the principle God was trying to show us? Is that, listen, you may do something today and you may get away with it. And you may think, hey, do you know, I got away with it and it's a couple of years. But have you seen in the news where people who did treacherous crimes, whether that be in war against people, murder, rape and things like that, they think that 20, 25 years, 30 years have gone, 40 years have gone, and these people think that they've got away with it only, okay, to find that it's come back to haunt them. Because what you reap, you will sow. Sooner or later, it may be a month, it may be 2 years, it may be 20 years, but it will come back to you. Okay, so if you go around bullying people, persecuting people, hating people, okay, treating people wrong, it will come back to haunt you. Don't think that it won't. It's a principle and a law that has been built from the beginning of time. Now, is God's grace there? Of course it is. Can God forgive us? Yes. But many times we see in the Bible that God will forgive us, but our actions still had a consequence. Our actions still had consequences, and we can't change that because that's a principle and a law, and God can't change laws, all right, from the foundation of the earth. So here's the thing: you have to think about, before you do something, are you prepared to pay the consequence? Because it will come back to haunt you. And that's really leads us to the question of the morning: are you thinking about the consequences to your actions? Are you thinking about the consequences of your actions? Here's a lesson of the day. You cannot beat foundational laws. You will reap what you sow. If you commit crimes, at some point you will have to pay for that crime. No matter what it is. And I'm not talking about the physical crime. Sometimes it could be a spiritual crime, maybe an internal crime. Like, you know when you've done wrong. Whatever you do, you will have to pay for that wrongdoing. It may not be straight away. It may be years, but you will pay the price. So if you don't want the negative consequences of your wrongdoings, your crimes, don't do it. Don't do it. So here's the action of the day. The action of the day is this: before you do that thing you know is wrong, ask yourself, do you want the negative consequences that will come? That's one to ponder, right? That's one to think about. So listen, I pray that this blesses just one person who's like, you know, I'm about to do that thing, but I know it's wrong. Don't do it. Stop. Don't think about the consequences. Do you want the consequences? And I really pray that changes one person's action today. Because as we always say, you know, if we can change the mindset of one person, we change the community. If we change the community, we can change the world. So listen, as we say with Jen Hope, God's gift to us is life. what we do with that life is I give back to God. So God bless you and see you soon for another morning.